I came in Canada 9 years ago from Uganda, but originally from Congo. I grew up in a family of 11 kids with my dad and mom. It was a good life, and until 1996, that is when we were affected by refugees coming from the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, which led to actually a war in Congo. When those refugees were coming armed, and they started killing innocent people because of whatever they thought it was an ethnicity thing that was going there. And so we had no choice other than running away from the country. I ended up finding myself in Uganda with no family members. I didn't know anybody. I had no food, and I was sleeping outside at the police station. And so I got sick with cholera, and I didn't have anybody to take care of me. I didn't have anybody to tell the story. Basically, I was there waiting for God's hand. So I happened to see one of actually a destroyed car on the side of the police station, and so I went and sat there, and I was not changing clothes. I had only one pants, and so I had to stay in that car because basically I could no longer move because of the famine, and the sickness was getting intense. And so I don't know who saw me and went and spoke to the police officers, and they came and picked me from where I was laying down. They took me to the UN offices, UNHCR, and that's when I got the care from one of the nurses who was there. It was an immediate, because I was really in bad, I was in a bad situation, and a couple days that I spent in the hospital, they removed me from there. They took me to one of the medical houses, and then that was in a transition to go to a refugee camp, where I spent the rest of my time before I came to Canada. Everything was very new to me in Canada. It was very challenging to get to know the language. You know, life is, you have to have friends, and that is one of the struggle that I had. When you have no friends, when you have no family, when you don't understand fully the culture, when you don't know the system, it's often very challenging. And yeah, I went back in 2014 to get married to my beautiful wife Ange, and when I got there, before I could get in the gate of my apartment, all of a sudden I was attacked by people, and they had sticks and some metals and everything else. So I was really done. I thought that my life was ending there. I thought, I am done. I'm not gonna make it anymore. So luckily, one of the person that was passing by, and so I was taken from those guys from where I was laying down, and I was taken to a clinic. That is where my family found me. And so it was only couple days away from my wedding. So I had to put on a suit in wounds with band-aids on, and I got married. I felt a victory from death. I saw that the victory from death, that is how it meant to me. I was done. I was basically done. And so God raising me from that death to a celebration of waiting and back to normal. It was me coming from death to life again. I see Jesus every day. I see Jesus every day in my life. Every time that I'm driving to work, I usually think about those moments of difficulties in my life, and I start crying in my car and praising God for what He has done in my life. There is nothing else that comes in my mind other than thanking God for the life that I have right now and the people who are around me.